So, the next one on the E3 to-do list is the world of Final Fantasy. It is made by Square Enix and is going to be exclusive to the PS4 and the PS Vita. Published, of course, by Sony. Roll the trailer.
What a nap.
As far as I can tell, you two have lost everything. All the memories and experience you've ever accumulated.
These gents here have business in the low seas.
Who are they?
The giants from the hills.
Ah!
Who made all this smoke?
A talking weird thing!
Then what if it's a mirage?
How incredibly rude. I am just as human as you.
That wouldn't even be the tip of the iceberg. Oh no.
Hey now, that is certainly no way for us to treat a lady.
The whole catch about joining the Federation is that you're asked to become an architect.
Me? I'm with Seed, a mercenary group in the League of S. We fight against the Federation.
Good. That's more like it. So where does this prophecy factor in?
When time begins its march anew, they shall return as visitors, giants from the hills of a world not our own. Upon Grimoire, they will wreak two divergent futures. One that brings salvation, and the other ruin. An enigma to confound even the highest mind.
The way you use mirages. Only Lusfarna ever held such power over them.
What's happening now?
The keys. There are 4. Earth, fire, water, and shadow, if I remember correctly.
You are a fool to let a medium to champion a fire!
This is it. Home base for the League of S.
Balam Garden.
It has to be destiny!
Who are you? Lon! Shrink now!
Holy mom bombs!
Lady Yuna!
You leave her to me! Hey, wait up!
So, basically, we've put Grimoire and other worlds in terrible danger.
Lusfarna. If you wish to find her, you must brave the Crystal Tower.
Then our mom's up there somewhere?
Time for us has resumed its march.
This place, I know I remember it.
And you? You aren't going to waver?
We have a prophecy to fulfill.
Oh, damn. That one looks pretty amazing. Let's move over to the visuals here. I mean, Square Enix always makes great visually appealing games. Like, everything in a Square Enix game, regardless of whether it's realistic like Final Fantasy 15 or cartoony like Kingdom Hearts, everything always has a really nice, vibrant colour to it. So, as always, Square Enix's visuals are on par, something fierce, and I am actually impressed that they have managed to blend both the chibi style and the not chibi style together so well. I guess it's because they're not going full on Final Fantasy 13-15, where it's like realistic faces. It's more of the cartoony faces, like in Kingdom Hearts. You know, all of the characters have the anime eyes and the more, you know, brightly coloured cartoony skin. So I guess the Kingdom Hearts cartoony style works well with the chibi style. So it's really nice that they've managed to mesh the two styles together. So good job, Square Enix. It looks fantastic. It looks really, really nice. Especially this Ombu Black Ops cat lady. She looks cool. I want to know who she is. That's an awesome outfit. That's an awesome cat mask. I like that cat mask. So we're just going to move straight on to the gameplay, because this is where I was going to spend like 7 million years, because there was so much going on in that trailer, in like the story and stuff, and it's like we did see some gameplay. You know, we got to see them running around the towns a little bit. We did get to see a very brief snippet of combat. Again, I think once E3 launches next week, once Square Enix has got the suitcase packed and has moved to Los Angeles, we're probably going to be revisiting this one for a full gameplay demo. I really goddamn hope there's a full gameplay demo. Like, this is obviously new this year, so it might not even be ready till next year. But this trailer, being a Final Fantasy fan, has got me as hyped as Zero Dawn got me last year. Like, I saw Zero Dawn last year, and I'm like, oh shit, I need to see this now. And obviously it's now been a year, and we're getting to start to see gameplay of Zero Dawn. And now now Final Fantasy World has done the same. I'm now like, this is the first thing I've seen or heard of it, and I want it now. I mean, I didn't even know this existed. The lovely console command here, he linked me the trailer and he's like, hey, there's a new Final Fantasy game, and I'm like, oh god, it's going to be like Final Fantasy 13, and it's going to be fucking lightning, it's going to be shit, and then it's like, oh no, it's not. I love you, console, for showing me this. So going into the gameplay, we saw a little bit of it walking around, and it all looks traditional. It all looks like a normal Final Fantasy. You see, Square Enix, that's all you had to do. Just make something normal, okay? Just normal. Because we saw them walking around the town, normal, and the little bit of combat we saw was turn-based, you know? We had the enemies standing on one side of the screen or standing on the other, staring at each other, and we each took it in turns to attack each other. No bollocks-ass paradigm systems or stupid costume things that Lightning had in Lightning Returns. Just normal turn-based combat. Isn't it amazing how it works, Square Enix? You do something normal, you get praised for it. Amazing, isn't it? So, yeah, the gameplay looks fantastic. But I did see something which really is really interesting to me. I'll play the clip now, just in the top left, as I always do, which is, it was part of a cutscene, but I'm wondering how it'll factor into the gameplay, because it seems that the chibi forms are shrunken versions. You know, like when Rayman will touch a fairy and he can get smaller, like in the first Rayman in Banland. Well, it's kind of like that, except you can do it at will. And you've got this monster charging at our main hero, and you hear his female companion, which can possibly be his sister, because, like, Cat Lady says their mum, so I'm assuming they're related if it's their mother. But then his sister's like, shrink now, and he shrinks down to avoid getting bitten by the monster. So I'm wondering if that's actually going to factor into gameplay, like, you know, you're big for attacking, for example. Obviously, I don't know how this works, but I'm thinking, like, you'll be big for attacking, so you'll be swinging your sword and stuff when you're attacking, and then when it's the monster's turn to attack, you can maybe, like, shrink down to avoid the attack, or maybe you have to do it on your turn, so you've got to balance out when to attack and when to defend. Like, for example, the hammer always takes, like, 3 to 5 turns to power up his Mega Flare, destroy everything. So maybe if there's attacks that, you know, take time to charge on the enemy's side, like, you'll attack turn 1, attack turn 2, and then on turn 3, before they fire, you shrink down to chibi form, and then you dodge the attack. So you've got to balance when's a good time to attack and when's a good time to shrink down so you don't get hit. So that could be really interesting gameplay. I'm now very interested to see how the minimization chibi shrinky downy thing works in conjunction with the entire game, because obviously, like, in the overworld there's probably areas where you've got to shrink down to get through smaller gaps, but I'd really like to see how the shrink down thing works in combat, or if that was just a bullshit pre-rendered cutscene and you're not going to shrink in combat. I hope you shrink in combat, because that'd be a cool mechanic, kind of like, you know, Paper Mario, where you press A at the right time, you do more damage, or if you press A at the right time, you take less damage. Maybe it's something like that. If you know, shrink on the right turn, you'll avoid taking damage. So I'm really interested to see how that'll play out. The rest of it, I mean, holy shit, I'm excited. I mean, I don't know if we're just going to be playing as the brother and sister or if we can recruit everybody to our party. But I'm, like, really excited to have a party of, like, Cloud and Leon and Lightning, you know, different characters from the different games. And it really, because my friend, I'll spoil this now, and you're all going to be like, are you serious? But I have not yet seen Captain America Civil War, and everybody's saying it's the best shit. And my friend says, oh, but you got to watch these 2 movies which I haven't watched yet, or these 3 movies which I haven't watched yet, to understand what's going to happen in Civil War. And that was Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, and Ant-Man. And I've now watched Guardians of the Galaxy and Age of Ultron. I've just got Ant-Man left to see, then I'll see Civil War. But, you know, it's really cool how Square Enix is basically making an Avengers of Final Fantasy. You know, they've hinted before, even if it's like they've decided not to and drop it, because I know originally in the beta, Final Fantasy 13 was going to be in the future after Final Fantasy 7. Like, Lightning was supposedly Sephiroth's granddaughter, and that big ruined city on Grand Pulse was going to be Midgar. You know, they're trying to link the timelines and connect it all. They obviously scrapped that, but, you know, now they're not scrapping it. I guess it's going to be different dimensions, you know, like how Thor's from the first realm of Asgard, and then, like, Iron Man's from the second realm of Earth and stuff. So I guess it's, rather than it being in a timeline, it's going to be like the different dimensions of Final Fantasy, and all 14 games are like the different dimensions. But it's really cool to me that they're making an Avengers like Final Fantasy, basically, where you've got all the different people teaming up to take on the big bad guy, because obviously Lightning, Cloud, Squall, they're all in the same dimension, so it is kind of like the Avengers. Especially, I mean, I'll come back to the keys, but, you know, there's always 4 treasures of the elements, but when they say Lightning says about the keys, and then the sister says, I know this place, and you get a shot of this floating rock in space with the 4 elemental doors glowing. Does that not look like Thanos' throne room? You know, like at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, when Thanos is sitting on his throne in that little spacey area? Well, I guess it's kind of all the way through the movie, you see him in that spacey area. But, you know, at the end, he's like, I guess I'm going to have to do it myself. You know, it looks like Thanos is his little throne area. So, you know, I'm imagining that we're going to get some big astral godlike Thanos as our final boss. So, holy shit, an Avengers Final Fantasy, basically, which is really cool. And, you know, the way that Thanos, I'm just going to call him Thanos because obviously we don't know who the final boss is, but the way that Thanos' like little throne area is set up, and you've got like the 4 glowing doors, which are obviously where these 4 keys fit in, and how the 4 keys look here, it kind of looks like the 4 keys are the Infinity Stones, except there's only 4 instead of 6. Although it doesn't make sense, because I think there will be 6, because Lightning says something rather weird in this bit here. It started raining.
There are 4. Earth, fire, water, and shadow, if I remember correctly.
What? You know, it's always 4 treasures of the elements. And it's, you know, water, wind, fire, earth. But she didn't say that. She said water, that's right. Wind, oh, sorry, not wind. She said water, that's right. Earth, that's right. Fire, that's right. Shadow? Why is, where's wind? Why is, wind disappeared? Why is darkness replacing wind? So I think there's actually going to be 2 secret keys that we don't know about yet, which is the real 4th element of wind, and then a light one to counter darkness. So then you've got the actual 6 elements of water, wind, fire, earth, light, and shadow. So I think that the wind key and the light key haven't been revealed, because it's really weird. It feels really weird to me that you've got 3 of the elements right, that being water, earth, and fire, but you've replaced wind with shadow. Like, that doesn't seem right. It seems there's something about that. So, yeah, it's the Avengers. So it's the Final Fantasy, Avengers Final Fantasy, and it looks cool. And you know what the best part is? You know what the absolute best part is? We've seen Thanos' throne room. We saw them walking, you know, in actual gameplay, walking into Thanos' throne room, which means that we can assume, at least assume this, that Thanos' throne room is the final level. You know, it's near the end where you've got all the keys and you're going to challenge Thanos. So, it means they're not cutting it up. Unlike Final Fantasy VII, which means I'm more inclined to buy it, Square Enix. I'm more excited for it, because I know I'm going to be able to find all 4 keys, potentially all 6 keys, and fight Thanos. Not get 1 key, and then have to wait for episode 2. Don't do it. I mean, Final Fantasy VII still isn't out yet. You've still got a chance to go back on what you said. Like, if you make Final Fantasy VII episodic, people are gonna hate you. People are really gonna hate you. World of Final Fantasy, that trailer you just showed, World of Final Fantasy is not episodic, and I'm already, like, excited for it. Final Fantasy VII is episodic, and I'm not excited for it. Don't make Final Fantasy episodic. And I swear, Square Enix, I swear if you come on at E3 and you show the full demo of this and you say that World of Final Fantasy is episodic, first of all, you're making me look like a liar in this episode. But second of all, I'm going to be very disappointed in you and very annoyed at you. Don't you dare make that shit episodic. It looks good the way it is. I want to get all 4, potentially 6 keys and walk into that astral throne room. Right? Don't make it episodic. So, you know, we didn't even go over all of the things. You know, we heard this.
The way you use mirages. Only Lusfarna ever held such power over them.
I don't know what the mirage is. Was the mirage this metal thing that summoned Titus?
Other ruin. An enigma to confound even the highest mind.
Maybe, I don't know. So, there's even more mechanics that we're probably not yet privy to, like the mirages. So there's lots of gameplay, but I'm not going to keep you because I know that if we go through all this gameplay, the rain's causing it to crash. But I know if we go through all of this gameplay and speculate on what everything like the mirages could be, we'll be here all day. But it's all as long as the Cactus Man's there. The Cactus Man, he's there. Good, we've got the Cactus Man. So that's a thumbs up. So we're going to move on to my thoughts, although you probably heard my thoughts during me talking about the different elements of the gameplay, which is, it looks bloody cool. It's like all of the Final Fantasy characters have come together in an Avengers-like team to stop some big evil Thanos-like dude. It's Final Fantasy, but with the Avengers thing. That's awesome, and it looks awesome, and the combat looks really interesting. Like, I really, really want to know how the shrinking works. Like, if it's a Paper Mario type thing where if you shrink at the right time you can avoid damage, that would be cool. I mean, I still need to see a bit of leveling up systems and things because we only briefly saw a menu, but I really want to see this. I need to see this at E3, Square Enix, and I am more than excited to come back to this, especially being a Final Fantasy fan. And yeah, we're just gonna, so we need a sign. Oh god, it's freezing so bad because I'm out of space, because none of you could wait. But my final thoughts, because there was a lot of pre-rendered in there. I'm a little bit skeptical, and you know, there's still a chance you could make it episodic. Don't you dare make it episodic, or I will come round. You see, we're talking about Avengers. I will come round with Loki's scepter and just smack you right across the face with it, like he did with that guy in the first movie. Like, Don't you dare make it episodic. So right now, as it stands, it looks really good, and I really want to see it. But I'm a bit scared of what you can do, because I know what you like, Square Enix. You can screw things up. But as of right now, it's a 4 out of 5. It looks really good. Thank you, console, for showing it me. This World of Final Fantasy easily gets in the good games right now. I'm looking forward to that. Oh god, it's completely frozen. It's like nearly completely frozen. Yeah, it's rain, lightning, horribleness. So I'm going to just put that pause thing up, and I'm going to bring this up. This is the longest episode. This is the longest E3 coverage, because that's, you know, big Final Fantasy game. So yeah, I'm going to go now. So thank you all for watching my initial thoughts of World of Final Fantasy. It looks great. I'm excited. If you enjoyed the episode, if you enjoyed the World of Final Fantasy, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't forget to tell me what you're thinking of World of Final Fantasy. Are you excited for the World of Final Fantasy, and do you think Square's going to fuck it up by making it episodic? They better not. But thank you for watching, and I will see all of you in the next episode.